guys, welcome to my new segment called Bookmarks and Popcorn. And basically, once a month, I'm going to share a new book and a new TV show or movie that I want to share with everybody. I feel like every month I want to do a favorites, but the favorites always consist of a book and a movie. So I just decided, why not just do like a favorites of just a book and a movie, and I just called it Bookmarks and Popcorn because one, I make my own bookmarks as a DIY, and that's a little parakeet. And then for the popcorn, I'm gonna have a different popcorn every month because I love popcorn, especially like gourmet popcorns with different flavorings and such. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. So the book I want to share with you all this month is Steve Johnson's Where Did Good Ideas Come From? Basically, he explains that ideas are based on nature and nurture. The ideas come from a place where they can be, yes, experimented with and toyed around with, and they can make prototypes of them and whatnot. But if it's not in the environment where it can fully flourish, then the idea doesn't reach that epitome. So the book is fantastic, and if you're a science geek or a technology geek, medicine, all kinds of wild things, this book has it. It is for everybody. I really recommend it for anybody in school, anybody who is an entrepreneur, anybody who's interested in business, anybody who's interested in marketing, anybody within the realm of, thank you so much. This book really reaches across several different industries, and I really love that about this. It's also very easy to read, and the author really keeps you interested with straightforward facts and interesting stories. It's just really interesting how something can just be an idea and then be launched and then grow from something so small into something so large. And that in itself is innovation, right? So you have the tools and you have a product, and then what can you do with the product and what kind of impact can that product make? And that's where the innovation kind of latches on and can flourish. So it's really cool. I highly recommend this book. Again, Steve Johnson, Where Good Ideas Come From, the history of innovation. Sorry, the natural history of innovation. And it has a lot of interesting concepts, and it's actually quite short. The last quarter of the book probably is I wouldn't say last quarter, but a good chunk of the ending is just an appendix. So it's actually quite manageable to read. So really great recommendation. So that was the bookmark, and now for the popcorn. Because it is fall and caramel is one of my favorite flavors for the fall, I decided to have some caramel popcorn, but it has a little twist with it. And it's mango and coconut flavored. So what they do is they roast up, or they toss the popcorn and coconut oil, and then they bake it with the mango flavoring and the shredded coconut, so that the popcorn just absorbs it all. And it is fantastic. It really is. It was so worth the money. You could tell like they're really clustered, nice and sweet. Fantastic. Like the coconut flavor is there and stays there, but that mango flavor really hits you right when you bite into it. So once it starts melting into your mouth, the caramel kind of subsides and then the mango takes over. It is amazing. Amazing, amazing. I love it. This past month, I've been binging on Shameless, and Shameless is a TV series on Showtime, and it is fantastic. I mean, the characters and their growth are just written so well, and not only that, but the acting is incredible. It stars Emmy Rossum and William Macy. So the show takes place in Chicago, and it's centered around these kids who are having to raise themselves, basically, and so Fiona is the oldest, and she is basically given a responsibility to take care of the kids because her mother ran away and is manic, and her father is a terrible addict. And so not only do they have to deal with that struggle, but they are also living in the ghetto of Southside Chicago. And that's just super interesting to me because it's not only, I feel, relatable to a lot of people, but it's gives this show a grounding that I feel like a lot of shows don't have. For example, when the kids all have to come together and throw in money to make the bills work, it's just like, yeah, that's the parents' fault, right? Like, that usually would be put on the parents, but these kids are having to go out and work and hustle and make sure that their lives are okay. I don't know how to explain it. It's just the characters are so relatable. Even the youngest characters, like, are they gonna make it? How will they get out of the poverty that they grew up in? And it's just like this idea of that I've often struggled with it, which is, do you continue to identify yourself with where you come from, or do you learn to accept that and then learn to figure out how to get the things that you want? So that might not really make sense, but if you think about it, a lot of us are always attached to where we come from and who we are, and that gives us such identity that it's often difficult to attach yourself to a new identity when you become older, because you might realize that you have a different path than what your family had for you or what your parents went through. And oftentimes we feel like we owe it to our family to be there for them and whatnot, but sometimes in doing that we give up on ourselves and our own dreams. This show has made a wonderful impression on me. I've binge watched it since I've been here at my mom's house, and I'm already on season 5, and it is just amazing. And what I love is that whenever there's chaos, it just throws in more chaos, and it's not so much chaos where it becomes unbelievable. These stories are very relatable, and yeah, I've never been to jail or anything, but I've known people who have been to jail, people I care about. And so it's just, you might not think that these things affect families, but they really do, and it really is symptomatic of where you're from and the mentality that you have, that you're already going to be in that cycle. So it's just this interesting story of these group of kids who are amazing and actually good-hearted, and having to decide whether or not, having to decide how to live this life, what that is not exactly black and white. It is just so gray, and once they realize that, it just makes things more difficult, because it's like you can be a good person who's trying to make it to life, but then you have all these things keep dragging you back, and so it's really hard to let go of that. The new season has started, but I watched the first episode of the new season when I was only in season 2, I think, and I pretty much got it. I'm one of those people who's just like, I don't care about spoilers. Like, I will watch the series finale before I start the series, just because I want to know how that character got from this point to this point. And it's not only just the family that's the focus of the show, but it's the entire community. It's the entire South Side. It's Chicago. So it's this really cool culture there. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the show. Really enjoying this popcorn. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm actually gonna go and binge watch some more. I'm so happy for the first episode of Bookmarks and Popcorn. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what books and movies you're enjoying. I wish you lots of peace and joy, and thanks for hanging out with me today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.